Hey everybody, welcome to Tita Salita. I am Jada.
And I'm Camille.
Okay, we are calling all boss babaes right now. And since we all out here doing our own thing, sometimes titas need a break, okay?
Yeah, so let's take a little time out. Go put some tea on, get that steeped. Put on your favorite cozy socks because we're getting up close and personal today.
Oh man, we are in the third week of January now?
Is that what it is? Time is flying.
Yep. It's crazy. I feel like January is such a funny month because it's one of those months that drag on. It takes a while, and then it's once you hit a certain point, I feel like the year just flows, But January is that first uphill climb
of the roller coaster, so to speak, of the behemoth.
Yeah.
Shout out Canada's Wonderland.
I love that ride. I love roller coasters.
Really?
Do you like roller coasters?
Okay, so I haven't been on a roller coaster since they launched Behemoth. Actually, I lied. I went once at Disney World after not being on one in a long time, and it was the worst experience of my life. I'd rather.
Wait, but do you like roller coasters, period? Or it wasn't until that ride that you're like, yeah, I'm good?
I used to like roller coasters, and like now that I look back, it's did I really like it? Did I even really like it? I don't know. I think I was
Why do I like scaring myself?
Right? Because I would definitely get afraid and all the feels, the talking yourself through it, and wanting to throw up before the drop.
That when it's click, click, click,
I know.
click. I'm like, why did I do this? Why did I do this?
Yeah,
why did I do this?
Right? And I'm like, did I even really enjoy it? That's a weird thing to pay money to do.
So I love roller coasters.
Wow.
I haven't been on one. Actually, now that come to think of it. Yeah, pre-pandemic. I can't remember the last time I went to Wonderland. I'm drawing a blank. But with that said, I love roller coasters. I'm to the end. But fun fact, did you know there's a point as you age, something happens with your equilibrium or
that's why I don't like it. Yeah.
And you're out. Regardless if you want to like roller coasters or not, your body physically will not let you. And I dread that day. I'm scared when that day comes because then it's no more roller coaster.
I wonder if it's different for everybody because I feel when I experienced that issue when I went to Disney World, the happiest place on earth.
It truly is.
I was in my 20s still, I think. I think I was the end of my 20s, but still in my 20s. So it must be after 25 for me or around that mark that I was just absolutely not. I'm not.
Ooh. I had one of my boys. He had a daddy-daughter date with,
so cute.
And they went to Wonderland. But he's nah, Jay, literally, he said after the second ride, he had to take a nap. They had to go lie in the grass, and he's Daddy needs to just close his eyes for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But he was I can't believe this happened to me. So
that's crazy.
I'm not sure if that's happened. We can't be the only ones.
No.
I know some of y'all out there must have experienced that.
You daredevils, you.
Yeah. You thrill seekers. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man. But yeah, roller coasters. I don't even know how we got there.
Yeah, right. Let's go. It's a roller coaster every year.
It's a roller coaster today. We're
finding our balance, right? Yeah.
It's we're stronger as the four,
Yeah.
But life's.
Yeah, life be lifing.
Life be lifing. But yeah, what are we gonna do today? What are we talking about today?
We're gonna do some lightning rounds of questions. Really exciting stuff. So we didn't rehearse this beforehand, just like always. So you're
Freestyle.
gonna hear some genuine answers, genuine reactions to the questions we're gonna be asking. It's called Convo and Chill.
Yes. So for Canadians out there, where's my camera at? There you are. So this is a Black-owned Canadian started card game.
Cool.
And this is really fun. I've used this multiple times. It's great for when you're dating someone. You want to, ask some fun questions. But it's also fun to just play at a party. So with friends, family, people you don't know.
Nice.
So that's what we're going to be playing today.
I love that. Okay.
Because we got some questions here, but I'm gonna shuffle them a little bit.
Oh gosh.
And
is
then
passing allowed?
We'll do passing for the lightning round.
For the lightning round, okay.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we feel once these are, as we're going through them.
So this is, I'm just going to ask a question. All of them?
Oh, no. I say shuffle them and then put it down and then we can pick and then we'll just answer them one by one.
Need a little water here.
We miss you, Kai and Liz.
Yes.
Liz and Kai.
Love you guys. All right.
All right, guys. First question.
Who wants to be in the hot seat first? You? Me?
Or we can both answer.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. I like it. Okay.
All right. If you could have any job in the world, what would it be?
Oh, the one that I have now.
Oh.
I'm a realtor.
Amazing.
It was a
living
long-term, right? It was a long-term decision, right? Like, I've always wanted to be a realtor. It's been like 12 years. Oh my gosh, I think longer
it's a long
now.
time coming.
Yeah.
It was always, it was in your stars.
Exactly. I just didn't know when was the right time, whatever that meant. But here
so
I
shameless
am.
plug if you are selling.
Or you're interested in buying.
Or if you want to buy.
Right? Or if you need someone to support your best
interests. Or if you want to talk to someone about your finances. Let me plug homegirl right here, okay? She's the one.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. At workwithcamille.ca.
Yeah. Ain't no shame.
Right. But I think if anything, like if I were to do something differently and take a more traditional route, I would be a teacher, I think.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I would be.
I've thought of that before. Or like one of my like childhood dreams was like art teacher, specifically art teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I loved Art Attack. Shout out R.I.P. Neil Buchanan.
Oh my gosh.
I used to say Buchanan, and I didn't know how to pronounce that when I was a kid.
To your point, I'd wanted to be like an English teacher. So
oh, there you go. Maybe we can work in the same school.
Right? I know.
In a parallel world somewhere.
Oh my God, I know, right?
There's a set of teachers of us.
I Mrs. Sagan.
Okay, so question for you then.
Yeah.
Let's say money wasn't an object.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think, or how do I phrase this question? What's something like random? Like, yeah, if money wasn't an object and you could do for fun, you'd be super successful. What's something else you would do?
I would definitely do more traveling to areas of need. I haven't done that yet. It's something that
That's always something I've always wanted
right?
to try or to do.
Yeah,
I just
right?
never.
I haven't done it. I don't know why. I don't have a good excuse as to why I haven't done it.
Are we speaking something into existence
I think maybe,
right now?
Right? Like a little missionary mission.
Tita Salita, Jada, and Cam going somewhere. I don't know. Okay, we're just talking here, just brainstorming.
Yeah. But what about you? What?
Okay, yeah. Any job in the world, a creative director, for sure. Experiences,
Aren't you kind of already that,
spaces, getting there, baby steps.
I mean, she does the most for Tita Salita, so I'm just saying.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
And then this was gonna be so random. Like if money was an object and I could literally do anything, I would love to have a little boutique where I specialize in like making gift baskets.
That's so cute. You could hire me. I'd work there.
Something like
That's
that.
amazing.
You know, so random, but I'm like, I get joy
it.
from that. Or even when I'm like giving gifts, even if I have like a really tight budget, like I'll take that gift and then like want to like emphasize the wrapping or like do something special to, you know, bring it all together.
Amazing. That's so, I love that. You're so creative. You're so creative. It's so inspiring.
Thanks,
and
girl.
seeing you work like day in, day out. Thank you for all that you do.
Oh,
creative director.
We're going to start now.
Stop
Stop
it. Okay, fine.
Stop it.
All right, enough. Back to the game.
Okay, you go. Next question.
Oh gosh. Okay, well, if money wasn't an issue, like to kind of echo back that same question, would be something that you do?
No, the gift basket one.
That was okay.
Yeah, like that.
So I was so busy fangirling. I was like, okay, cool. All right, next question.
Question 2.
If your life was a novel, what would be the title of the book and why?
Oh my goodness. Bahala ka. Because I think I actually have that tatted on my wrist because I didn't take a typical route to, success, or you want to label whatever that means today. As a Filipina, or Filipinos in general, we all know what that saying is from our parents, like, bahala ka sa buhay mo, like, or is that the right term?
I think so.
Anyways, grammar check, spell check someone. So, you know, when they say that to you, you know, it doesn't really mean do whatever you want. It's up to you. But bahala ka, that portion specifically means up to you. And to me, I take that as a challenge. It is up to me. Maybe I'm not taking the route that, you know, my parents would have liked me to take. But I'm determined and driven to get to where I want to be, become the woman I want to become. So, yeah, I think I would do that. Bahala ka.
That's beautiful.
By Jada.
Would you just go by Jada, like as the author? Or would you like use your like a pen name or something?
Maybe if it was like official book, then I'd go by the government name, which
the Govey.
The Govey. Jesse Abrazado. Actually, fun fact, Jada are my initials, Jesse and Doloroso Abrazado. but I also go by Jada.
It's a beautiful name.
Depending on the project. But yeah, how about you?
I love that story. It's an amazing
Thanks.
story. It would be something super basic and super cheesy, like wander or unsaid. Like nothing.
That's not bad.
I mean, that's pretty basic. Like I'm sure there's already a book out there with one of those two titles.
But it's also
both.
one of those things that like then it allows you to create what that definition means,
that's
right?
true.
For your title.
That's true. For wander, it's like not about like wanderlust or traveling, but like to your point, just kind of like navigating that path of life, just as I have, and what that looks like, where that's brought me, and all that fun stuff. And like unsaid, the reason why that resonates with me more is just because like there is a lot that I don't say.
Ooh.
There is a lot that I keep to myself,
I
right?
Like that. I
right?
like that flip. Yeah.
And it's not meant to be like shady or anything like that. It's just that's just how I am. Like I don't feel like I have to say everything. I don't feel like everything, just because it comes to mind, that doesn't mean it has to come out. Like I do regulate my emotions
for sure
a lot. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's like an older sibling thing or whatever, but I think that would be it.
I like that.
Maybe unsaid would be like part 1 and wonder could be part 2.
Okay, now we have a book series.
Right? A 3-part series.
All right. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we go. Fill in the blank. Men need to do better at.
So this is a hard one for me, I think, because I think people in general need to do better at this thing. And I personally have not like looked at like, men suck at, or like women need to do like, I think communication's a big one. Right?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
The conversations we've had about communication, okay? I just want to say that's, again, no shade. It's just a reality of life. Like, there's so many people that I've encountered, especially because of what I do, like, that just don't know how to communicate, whether they don't want to speak up or have that conversation with someone. There's a lot of unnecessary tension.
Yes.
I would say, like, in 99% of the situations that I've encountered, whether it's professionally, personally, the reason why they've escalated or that there is a situation is because one of the parties, if not both of the parties, does not want to talk. They don't want to communicate.
Yes.
They don't want to do so level-headedly. They want to, skirt around the issue, maybe text, again, no shade. It's just, that's not an effective form of communication.
100%.
Unless you're trying to create a paper trail. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
for sure. To me, one of my theories is like, honesty is the best policy.
Always,
like, even if it's like really hard, as long as like the intent is coming from a good place, or it's like, then I think it's worth sharing. And like, I'll say this, I also respect people. I get it, because I've also been frustrated where like I don't want to talk, or I know I'm super emotional right now and I may react in a way that like isn't necessarily something I want to get across. But I think on top of communication, I think it's like also like emotional intelligence.
100%.
Or like awareness of self, because it's like, I may not want to talk to you right now because I'm just heated. I'm not going to ignore you, but I'm going to be like, you know what? Right now is not a good time. And I'm going to tell you, but that's part of the communication.
That's exactly it. That is so
important. But then that
important.
ties in your emotional intelligence and your like awareness of self to be like, you know what? If I continue this conversation, this is not going to be fruitful, or it's going to go completely left. And for the sake of the relationship or whatever the matter is, maybe a timeout is best. But I think, again, it's the communication skills to deliver that. However it may be, depending on the people and their styles. But oh man, yeah, I would say communication. I'm not gonna label it all on men.
Of course, yeah.
I
that's
like,
a people
there are
thing.
women
That's
who are
a
also,
people thing,
that has to improve on that as well. But yeah, I think communication and better awareness, maybe of emotion.
Yes,
because
yes,
I think that just ties into it all.
I have something that I just came to mind actually. And like,
do it.
I don't know, again, this could be like a people thing, but I think if I think back to, for whatever reason, something you said made me think about like dating and what that was like. Life before marriage.
We're going to talk about dating, by the way.
Right,
That's an upcoming episode, February. Love.
There you go. All the relationships.
All the relationships.
But I think one of the things that men need to do better at is restraining themselves physically.
Ooh, that is a pet peeve of mine. I complained about this yesterday because it was my first day back in the gym yesterday. But a pet peeve of mine is when I'm gonna say men, but like I get it, all humans as well.
Yeah.
But when men can't control themselves, like when they get angry, that's not cute. Ooh. It's not cute. Like, I feel like when you come outside of yourself and you're like this big blaring energy and you're the type, like, the louder I yell, the more my point gets across. I don't play that game. We don't play that game. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like the conversation should be controlled, and if it gets bigger than that, maybe now is not the time to have a conversation. But that's definitely a pet peeve of mine, when people just aren't able to control themselves when they're angry.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that's a little... Yeah, I usually say something, or I'll just remove myself if no one wants to, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if it has nothing to do with me. But I don't know. If it has nothing to do with me, I'm just going to walk away.
No, for sure. Okay, so if women were to get paid menstrual leave, how many paid days off should they receive in a month? Paid days off for your period.
I've always hated this question only because, like, I don't have a regular, this TMI, but since we're going there, let's just go there. I have never been a regular, regular at all. It's always been super irregular.
Irregular is regular for me.
Yeah. And, like, listen, I'm sorry, like, not all periods are 5 to 7 days. Not everyone has a cute period that's, like, light and whatever, and sometimes that's towards the tail end for some people. That's just the reality based on stories that I've heard.
Yeah, no, it's true. Or sometimes, like, some of my symptoms are like raging the week before. I actually have it. Exactly. That's where I'm like, you know what I mean?
And, like, sometimes my hips feel like they're dislocating. Yeah, like, it's not, you get muscular pain, you get joint pain, like, and it changes, like, hormonally you change. I think it's like every 5 years, so your cycle can change. So that's a really tough one because...
Here's my thing with this question here is, like, I'm the type of person, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's like I will usually push through and like when I pull the sick card is like, okay, I'm actually really sick and I can't. Yeah. Where I have the issue with this is I know some people, you give them an inch, they are going to take advantage of this. It's going to be, you know what I mean? It could be like a bad look. So that's my deal. It's like, I think it is very thoughtful, and it would be very helpful if we had days off. But then it's like, how do you like
quantify that?
How do you control that? Yeah. Exactly, because it's like, if people were like, if we go off the honor system and people were like truly honest of like, I really need today off for whatever reason, I would be all behind this. But I also just feel like people may take advantage of that. And then that's where I'm like, no, because then it's also, if we're talking about work day to day, it's like there's a reason why people are also in place, like, things need to function.
That's true. That's a good point. I think, like, with the way structure has been since COVID, and even a little bit before that, with the whole work from home, the flexibility, personal days being introduced, you know what I mean? I think all of those things combined kind of support this type of, doesn't have to be so black and white per se. I think, like, just having that flexibility really helps to enable people. They say that employees are happier when they have that kind of flexibility in their lives. So maybe that's the true solution, and not necessarily like designated period or menstrual cycle days.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be labeled as that. Yeah. I think, to your point, I think we're kind of all going through that right now. Also, I think there's a bunch of brands and companies now. It's like they were either work from home, now they're incorporating 3 days. Some places are back to 4 or 5 days. And to me, I just think we're all adults. It's just managing whatever you got going on and being honest with your manager.
Yeah. It's good to know that corporations are taking that human approach.
100%. We are not robots.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, sorry, I totally took that.
Oh, that's okay. Jada likes to be in control.
Here, take it.
It's okay. If you could only eat one food item for the rest of your life, what would it be? What is it? Look at you.
It's so hard.
I feel like you're really good at, like, you said to me before, you're like, oh, I'm not a foodie. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're the one who was talking about chitron and lechon
like,
sauce.
I just like food. I don't know if that like is enough to be a foodie. I think there needs to be a level of like, I'm like an appreciator of food.
You're so funny.
But like foodie, I don't know if I'd give myself that label just yet. So my brain went in like multiple directions. Filipino me was like sinigang, but I'm like, oh, the salt. Like I just feel like that's not good long term, you know?
Like health issues aside, potential health risks aside, what is that food? That first one that comes to mind.
I don't know if this is like a cop out. I almost feel like, and this is the first thing that came to mind, a bento box, because then I can decide, or you can have so many different variations of that. So I think I'm gonna go bento box. Final answer.
So like sushi.
I can generally do sushi one day. I can have gyozas one day.
Okay. So Japanese cuisine. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Yeah?
I was about to alter the rules and be like, Japanese, Korean.
Yeah.
Also, last week I had pho like 3 times because of the weather and stuff. But yeah, no, I think I'd lock those 2 cuisines in. Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
So my favorite food in the world is actually Nigerian food. I love okra soup, egusi, pounded yam, you know.
Egusi, I've yet to try that.
Oh my God,
we need to go. About that.
We need to go. I'm going to check my schedule after this. Maybe we'll
go. Okay.
She's like, what?
Okay, food.
It's the best. If you've never tried Nigerian food, highly recommend.
Nice.
And it's spicy. It's just like all the things that I love.
Ooh.
Like, and if you're not into textures, then okay, don't bother. But it's definitely like it's a textured food. Like there are a lot of different textures in that food. Some of it is made from like egusi is made from ground up seeds and stuff like that. So there's bitter leaf.
Is egusi like that's the name of the dish, but it's also the type of seasoning? Then I guess that's used.
I think it's the seed. I think it's like a type of seed. And then it's like ground up, so it's like a goosey soup. Okay. And okra. So if I had to pick between all of the amazing soups that exist, I would probably pick okra soup because it's kind of the most. I guess I said health issues aside, but I think that would be it for me because the spice, I love okra so much. Like,
oof. I'm trying to do new things for 2024. Like one thing at least once a week. That's gonna be one of them for sure.
Yay. Amazing.
All right.
Oh, but if there was like a more traditional answer, I would say steak.
Oh, steak.
I love a New York strip.
Oh yeah.
Medium
rare.
Steak.
Medium rare, yes.
Just a little salt.
How do you guys like your steak? I'm a medium rare one. But I seen there was like this Filipino meme that was like the different types of cook.
Yeah,
there were different ways you can cook it. But like for Filipinos it was like hello.
They all love well done. Like, and I don't know like if that's like I don't know why, but my mom's like that too. She refuses.
There's some people, they're very adamant on like the well done, but yeah, I would say not until I got into my adult years that I was like, okay,
you ventured
rare.
out.
Yes, exactly. Ooh, who's your celebrity crush? Here and now.
Here and now? Oh,
yes.
I don't have any now.
None?
None.
Okay, and in general?
Paul Walker.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Paul Walker. Yeah, he was hot. I remember do you guys remember when, was it Channing Tatum who, he had like the Mountain Dew commercials? That's how like,
oh my God.
I think that might have been Channing Tatum.
Was it him?
I had a big thing for Channing Tatum and Vin Diesel when they first came out. Not currently.
I mean, they've held their own. They've held their own.
Actually, that's a more fun one. Who are some of your high school crushes?
High school crushes? Oh, like from like teenage like celebrities?
Ludacris and Snoop Dogg. I'm just gonna throw that in. They were on my locker.
Hilarious.
So random.
Oh my, teenage years. Okay, I loved Nelly. Like I was Nelly obsessed.
I love Nelly now.
Right?
Okay?
I love him still now. Yeah.
Fine.
But like I just like it for him, and like I think that was my first experience with like understanding swag. Because like he had swag, like that St. Louis.
He told us to get
like,
2 pairs.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I translated that song to French because I was in French immersion at the time. That's how much I loved him. Like,
wait, okay, go ahead.
No, I'm not going to
remember a line? Give me one line.
Donnez-moi de elle, j'ai besoin de.
I am impressed.
Alors, je peux faire le stomping dans the air first. Like it was. I can't believe I just did that for you guys.
In Francais. Okay, francophone over here.
I don't know if that's accurate, so please feel free to correct.
Don't check. It just sounded cool.
just trust what I'm telling you, okay? But yeah, I would say Nelly was kind of like that big one that stands out.
I'm not gonna lie. I have a Method Man. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth. I like Nelly now. Method Man is also hot, but yeah, Nelly was definitely one of my crushes. B2K. For anybody, that was my boy band phase. So I loved NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, but I was still a kid or like really early preteens. But in terms of like my teenage years boy band phase, B2K was my group. You could not tell me otherwise. I was so convinced. I'm like, yo, just give me a chance. If they met me, like we could be friends. Yeah. Like we could really be friends.
You're so fun. Who was your favorite? Did you have a favorite?
Lil Fizz.
Okay.
He was mine, yeah. That was definitely my dude.
I did love, like, I was definitely more on the pute side of things, like the hit list and all that. I was into like the whole like British boy band craze. Yeah, right. The British invasion. Like,
which ones? Who?
So I loved Westlife. I don't remember their names. I just remember
like
anyone.
I didn't love them, but I love their songs.
Yeah, their songs were good. But anything that came out during that time, I was in love with. But like to your point about like BSB and NSYNC, like I loved NSYNC. Like I loved it.
Okay.
JC and at the time Justin Timberlake with those curls. Like it did something to me. I don't know what else to say. It did something.
I don't
to
know
me.
what's happening. But I like you.
You know what I mean? Like I don't understand this, but I like this.
Okay,
like, you
so
know?
hold on. We got a few seconds left.
Okay.
Favorite NSYNC member, favorite BSB member.
My favorite NSYNC member back then, straight up JT. Like I loved him. JC though, that was a hard one. Like I had like back and forth, and then BSB. I mean, Brian Luttrell and Nick. Like I can't. There was always like the two. Like
so with Backstreet Boys. I had love for Kevin. I actually had a little thing for him.
Yeah.
But it was like mysterious. He doesn't talk that much.
Exactly.
But Brian and Nick were definitely the ones that caught my eye.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, I have a Raptors tee signed by Brian.
Oh my goodness.
I wasn't there. One of my cousin's husbands got it for me, but I was still like,
really cool.
Backstreet Boys. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then for NSYNC, it was definitely like JT, JC. But I will say, I got to give JC love. I feel like there's like a there's like a mini rally for JC right now and like giving him more appreciation. Because that dude sang his heart off.
He really did.
He really did. What's next?
Okay, this one's nice and light. Where do you want your next vacation to be?
Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
It's just one of those places that I think are so cool. It's like a mecca for fashion and tech and just even like how their lifestyle is out there. I've always wanted to experience it. So
I love that. You said lifestyle. That's actually something my friends have been saying for a long time. They're like,
oh yeah,
they're like, I don't know why I came back. Like I love it there.
No
and they're like,
way.
I have a friend who's like genuinely trying to convince her husband to move. Like she wants to live there. Like they keep saying like the lifestyle, the way of life is just really different and more aligned with how they want to live. So
I like that.
That's awesome. I have yet to go. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also do want to be on a beach.
Yeah.
Because winter in Canada is a little too much for
brutal.
me.
Even though it didn't snow until like now, pretty much.
Like someone literally just turned on the switch. Like someone's like, oh Toronto winter? Yeah, check.
Yeah, it's your turn. It's been nonstop.
Blindsided, but.
Yeah. And I'm definitely, my next vacation has to be a beach. Like in my mind, when I think vacation, I'm not the type to like, let's go to Europe and hike and sightsee. Like I want to lie down and do nothing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that's how I like personally define vacation. So like I would want to go to like Mexico, like nowhere crazy or like maybe Aruba.
A beach.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and I can just eat and chill and enjoy some sun because we don't have that here.
Yes.
We don't have anything like that here beach wise.
I'm born and raised Canada, and every year winter I act like it's a surprise.
It's new, right?
Yeah, like
take me out of here.
It's like what? Huh? Where? What?
How
it's like I
dare
didn't
you?
know we have 4 seasons up in here, but
yeah, seriously, honestly.
Oh, you go next.
No, I just pulled it.
Oh, did you? Oh, that was yours. Okay.
After you.
Which celebrity death affected you the most?
If I'm being honest, I would say Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. To me, MJ was someone that like we were gonna continuously still be giving them roses as they aged. Yeah, you know. 100%. But MJ definitely hit.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Kobe. Kobe was a big one. I didn't realize how much it affected me until like it actually happened, and then also obviously so tragic.
So tragic.
Robin Williams is one for me.
Yes.
I mean, if we're talking about my childhood, like Miss Doubtfire,
the genie, the genie from Aladdin.
Come on. Oh like man,
the best
Jack,
cartoon character. Oh,
Jack was a good one.
Jack
what else was
good.
There? Patch Adams. I remember that made me cry.
Bicentennial Man.
Oh snap! Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
And then that one where he was, oh my gosh, why am I losing it? I know this one where he was a teacher. Oh, Captain, My Captain.
Oh,
what is that called?
Oh, is that Good Will Hunting?
No, but that too. Like, come on,
honorable mention.
You know, like it's this is gonna drive me nuts. But we'll post it up. But I know it's a common one.
Sorry, Miss Girlbird.
No, go ahead.
Amy Winehouse.
Oh,
that one was like,
she was very young.
Very young.
Very young.
All right.
Yeah. Enough about death.
I know. Happy
rest in peace, all of them, right?
I know.
If you were trapped in one city for the rest of your life, which city would it be?
Pass? I don't know. Or can you have one? I don't know.
No, it's hard because like I haven't traveled so much where I'm like, yeah, put me here. Because when I travel, I'm usually on a resort and I don't get like that real life look. But if I'm going based on places where I've kind of like lived a life in there or in the city, I would say like Florida. I love Tampa. I love Tampa. I love St. Petersburg, like in Florida. Like I just love Florida.
Florida's nice.
That part of
I've only
Florida.
gone one time, but it was, I enjoyed myself for sure. I'm trying to think. I'm like, I would like somewhere with like hot weather.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
for sure.
There's opportunity. Like you can vacation there. You can snowbird there.
I need some city with access to nature.
100%. And they have that. Like they have the palm trees.
Yeah.
Their roads are wider. Like it's just really nice. I don't know. I don't like, they were like, oh, skyscrapers and traffic. Like it's really developing over here. And they took me downtown and I was like, what skyscrapers? The 6?
Yeah.
That I've counted on the way. They're like, there's traffic on the highway. I'm like, the highway that goes over the ocean.
A city
like,
with less traffic.
You know?
Can we do that? Because Toronto traffic is like, ugh,
so not Manila.
Barf.
Love you.
If there's space, it's a lane.
Right? I know. But yeah.
All right.
Your turn.
Okay. Should women pursue men?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Hell yeah.
Right? In the spirit of communication.
And sometimes these men be shy. Sometimes they need a little encouragement or they need that little green light, that little sign from you to just,
I would say, especially with like all the change in narrative and change in awareness over the past few years, I think it's very important for women to pursue men because in the past, men have been left to assume or whatever.
Yes.
And like, a lot of men are scared because they don't want to be put
or they don't want they don't want to cross a line.
Exactly. So I think it's important for women to pursue men.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Not the entire time though.
No.
Like don't overgive, right? Or anything. But yes.
Unless that works for you guys. Like human relationships are diverse, so whatever. But in short, yes.
Yes. Agreed.
If you could choose one musician to perform at your wedding, who would it be? Dead or alive, or
Beyonce.
I saw that coming.
Because I'm getting married, but like free concert. Thanks, B. Yeah. Can I touch you?
Right? You're so
Can
funny.
I have a hug?
You're so funny. I would pick, and this is probably not the best answer because it's not like super thought out. But you know the movie Made in Manhattan with Jennifer Lopez and Ralph Fiennes?
Yes.
Okay, so the moment when she walks out with like the peach dress and Glenn Lewis is singing that song, I Want to Fall in Love with You Again or whatever. I would want him.
Too.
Like,
That's a good
it was
one.
such a
Canadian.
moment, So it was such a moment that I was like, yeah, that's what I want.
Done. Actually, who'd be good too? I just thought of her.
Oh yeah.
Her could be nice too. Yeah. Who else is dreamy? Like I need like love vibes.
And like you can do like a John Legend situation.
Oh, yeah,
right?
John Legend.
I think he would be, but I think that's like an obvious.
Music Soul Child.
Oh my gosh.
That was one that I've thought of before. Yeah. That would be super dope.
Yeah, or like an India Arie type. Right?
I am ready.
But if we're even like, I don't know, if we're thinking like those who have passed, like a Whitney Houston.
Ooh.
I love her so much.
Oh my God. I would love, and I feel like a lot of like content's been pulled up, like loved her energy.
She was amazing,
she was the best, like straight supportive, like female of others and just good vibes all around.
Yeah. And like alive, I'm still very much a Mariah Carey fan. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh yeah, I love
Mariah Carey.
Facts.
I love you. You're amazing. The diva. Keep it up. You've been so consistent and I'm so like happy to live in your era.
Yeah. No, I love
with
MC.
That, right? So
Mimi.
Yeah. The emancipation of Mimi. Oh my gosh.
One of my favorite lines from it's like that, that song?
Yeah,
Which goes, them chickens is ashing on lotion.
What an era of music.
Mariah Carey, she is a writer, right? Okay? Yeah. Some of her lines.
I learned a lot of new words through her lyrics.
That too,
right?
yes. Mariah stays with, the vocab.
The thesaurus.
Yes. Yeah. Musical thesaurus.
Amazing.
All right.
Your turn.
Yeah. Ooh. What are your thoughts on a 30-year-old dating an 18-year-old?
It's a little creepy.
Yeah.
When I think 18, like, are we talking, did they graduate from high school or maybe they're 18 turning 19?
Yeah.
Like, but to me, it's a little bit, because I remember being like turning 30, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
But like, have you met an 18-year-old? I don't know.
Yes.
Not to be ageist or anything, but like, they're literally still children.
Here's my thing. So what's 30 to 18? That's 12 years. I have nothing against a 12-year gap within adults. But bruh, if there's teen in their age, like this set is weird to me, 100%. Also, to your point, it's like, do you remember when you were 18?
I was a kid.
We were fetuses, okay? Like, we just left high school. So I just feel like at 18, it's like you're still learning about yourself, the type of adult you want to be. You have new responsibilities at that age. It's like such a like formative year. So for someone like at a mature age at like 30, I don't know. It just feels like a little.
No.
It's creepy.
It's a no for me. It's a hard no.
Yeah. Anything older, like from like even 25 on, I was like. Could be iffy depending on who you're talking to, but like, I don't know, maybe 28 and up. Then I'm like, okay, the 12-year gap, I would allow or something like that.
Yeah, because I think people in their 20s, no shade at all, I don't. But in their 20s, like it's, I don't know. I feel like that's something we can add to another episode because there's a lot of thought in there.
Yes.
A lot of things that come up for me right now, and all of a sudden I'm getting a little heated. So let's keep it rolling.
Boom. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. An 8-month pregnant woman and an 80-year-old elderly woman asks for your bus seat at the same time. Who would you give up your seat to?
Oh, I'm just going to get up and let them figure it out.
I was about to say, first come, first serve.
You know what I mean? Like
whoever's quickest.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to get up and move out of the way. It usually is like, I remember when I was any time I've taken like the train or bus or whatever, like I just get up and then.
If there's someone that like, I feel like I saw with like a lot of stuff like they're elderly or they're pregnant, it's like, I'll get up, but I'm not going to like signal who gets it. I just get up and be like, whoever gets a seat, because both of y'all need it anyways, then
and they'll determine, because like maybe she's, who knows where she's at in her pregnancy or how she's feeling that day. And like, in fairness, like a lot of older people I've experienced are like, no, I want to stand, like use it or lose it. You know what I mean? Like they want to function. Yeah. Right. So,
maybe they're only on for one stop.
Exactly. Don't assume. Yeah. Oh, interesting. What can be done to reduce the wage gap between men and women?
I mean, and like I feel like it's so simple to just be like, just change it, like, right?
like that's really all we got. A lot of people have a benefits and compensation section or like department in their workplace to like figure that out.
No, but it is crazy. Also, I think as females, you also need to stand in your power and like stand up and know your worth. Because example being, I was talking to a male once. And we were talking about like, jumping companies or like, making moves within your career. And I was thinking of making a move. And I think I might have spoken to this like privately outside of the show. But I'm thinking like, oh, if I make a jump, like, please pay me an extra 10,000 for this job change. And then, but his tone was very like, if I go here, like that's an easy, like minimum 15K jump. And he said it's so casual, like that's mine. Not to say entitled, like it was like, I respected that, but like just having that convo and hearing the contrast of like where I was, I'm like, please, maybe 10K, but willing to negotiate, versus a male who's like, if I do that, that's 15K, no problem. Yeah. So like women, we're so used to being, thinking, I'm struggling to finish a sentence. You know what point I'm trying to say, right?
Absolutely. It's like you're almost like just willing to accept because you feel like it was a favor almost, like instead of assuming that you deserve it.
100%. Right? So I think it's like we also have to bring that energy when we apply for these jobs or when we're taking positions and things like that.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. I feel like I think it's Ontario who recently made this change or is implementing this, where there has to be a wage posted on every job description now. I don't know when that's supposed to take effect, but I remember reading something about that. There's less secrecy, because the amount of times that, you'll walk into a role and you'll be like, okay, like this is the range, this is what I'm expecting. And they'll be like, okay, we're looking for someone within this range or whatever the case may be. And meanwhile, everyone else is getting paid more or less. Like I've been in a scenario where, everyone was getting paid less because I was an external hire, so I got offered more, and I was like,
got you. Yeah, that's another thing too. It's like
did you stand up for yourself, number one, to your point earlier, and then also number two, like what's the range?
For sure. At least to get that information to make an educated decision.
Exactly.
All right, so let's go. This is gonna be the last question. I'm gonna do this David Blaine style. I'm going to shuffle the cards.
I'm going to close my eyes.
Pick a card.
Oh.
Ace of coin. No,
Okay, this one's kind of interesting.
Ooh, okay. We're going to end on this one. This is the last one, guys.
Okay. If your partner has never posted any pictures of you on social media, do you consider that a red flag? I saw the face, so let's hear it.
You know what it is? It's so, first of all, I think people and how they use social media is one thing to consider. Two, you have to also consider, I think, people's like fields. So I feel like people who work like maybe within marketing or things like that, like sometimes they don't want to be out there with their personal life. Again, it all comes back to like how people use social media. If I started dating someone, but they were someone who like openly posted about everything,
right?
But once we started dating, it's not like a requirement I need right away, but yeah, it'll probably be a thought that kind of comes up later to be like maybe, but then that's a conversation for that couple to have. And then I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't bug me as long as me and that person are good. I don't really care how you use social media. If there's like trust issues and like things going on between us, then yeah, I think that's something that kind of gets affected. I don't know.
No, that's a good point. I agree because I think that I feel like social media is not the enemy here. I feel like it's how you use social media, right?
Facts.
That kind of impacts everything. Like between my husband and I, like I don't really. I'm a pretty private person. So is he. Posts even less than me, believe it or not. Even posting like our wedding photos, like I only picked 2 photos, and that was a big deal for us. Like to put something. She saw my whole album. Her and Anna attacked me.
I was like, I know. We're like, show us your wedding pictures right now.
They set it up. Like it was a whole thing, but. It was nice. It was a good moment.
So
we shared some good tears.
Beautiful photos.
Thank you.
I love.
Thank
and
you.
It gives me inspiration for when my man comes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, to your point, like I just really think it really depends on how you use social media. Because obviously if there's trust issues, then that's the issue. Social media is not the issue.
Exactly.
It's the trust.
To me, it's like, it's really between the two people within that relationship. Or multiple, depending on who you are and what you do, you know. But
yeah, I mean that's the reality, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is like going back to like our first point about communication, like that's really what it boils down to. Right?
Don't we love full circle moments like that?
Absolutely.
Bring us to the beginning.
Right? Absolutely.
Oh man.
We have a lot of questions left.
We had so many. We thought we were gonna like run out. Look how many extras we have.
And then there's like more in the box.
And there's more. You know what it is though? The ones we didn't ask, there's a lot of like dating, relationships,
we're
like
ask that next month.
Single, committed, but we are saving that for Love Month. Okay, February. So month. Sneak peek. Because those ones are going to be fun to get into. But yeah.
So I guess, what do you want? You want to just wrap up on some current events?
Yeah, we can wrap up. I don't know. What's going on this week other than snow?
I know, right? So like, I feel like there's a lot happening in the real estate market. Everyone's talking about interest rates and rent and all this stuff. And that's all well and good. But it's my job to navigate the headlines and talk about the truth and the reality.
No, when you post, I'm always like, I need like, this is how I learn. Like, I actually learn from your posts.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot.
Truly.
Thank you. No, that just made my day. Thank you. Because it makes me feel helpful. So that's good. Thank you.
They're very helpful.
Thank you. I'm gonna cry. It's really just like, I think a lot of people are reading headlines, and the reality is just please remember, people are going to always manipulate information to create a narrative. And the point of headlines is to attract attention. So, you know, if you're reading a headline, chances are it's just something that's blown out of proportion or, you know, exaggerated, or, you know, they threw a word in there to kind of skew the information that's been there. But the reality is they were saying rent has hit an all-time low. And it has not.
I was about to. I'm like, did it? Because I'm like, I want to hear things like that, but yes,
it absolutely has not. So just to kind of give you guys a little insight as to what happened in the market last month, it's been a little bit interesting. It was more of like a landlord's market, which is so. It sounds weird to say, but the reality.
What do you mean when you say that, though?
So like landlords had their properties listed on the market for longer than usual because they're really looking for the right tenant. And I would say finding, you know, if we're going to compare buying and selling versus renting, I would say if you could get into a place as a tenant, that's like you've accomplished one of the hardest things in real estate, because you're dealing with the landlord's personal opinion. That's just the reality.
That's the whole relationship to navigate, for sure.
Right? It is. Versus if we're buying and selling, we're just dealing with the bank. You got to get approval from the bank, right? As a first-time home buyer, it has nothing to do with really anything. It's just do you fit the requirements or not, right? Whereas with the tenancy, like people are asking for bank statements. Some people are even offering a year or two up front and getting rejected. A lot of interest. Yeah. And as a result, just because of, I guess, some landlords being burned, or a lot of the narratives that have been out there, because honestly, it's from both sides. There are nightmare landlords and there are nightmare tenants, but the landlords it's their property. So they've been listing it for longer. Like there was a property I was showing, I think it was on the market for 100 days, maybe a little bit longer. And then that contract expired. So they had to list it, and it's already still been on the market for 30 days. And it's not like they haven't had a lot of showings. They had a lot of interest in the property. It's a good property in a good part of town.
But it was just like they
are
the right
absolutely fit. They're looking for a certain type of person to be in there.
You know what? I never thought of that aspect. I'm over here like, when will rent be cheaper, or like to buy property and stuff? But
it's personal. Like it's a personal thing, personal decision of the landlord. Legally, they don't have to give a reason for rejecting our application. So as long as it's not a human rights thing, then
Oh man.
Yeah. Sorry, that was like a lot in a nutshell.
No, that was good. But like I said, like when Camille posts, or even in some of our side combos, I learned so much, because it's something I'm really not like well versed into. So it's like super helpful.
Thanks, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I think you had some cool things to share.
I wanted to give some love, shout out, some Toronto natives.
Hey.
We got some Toronto natives, like I said, who have just now claimed the morning spot on Flow 98.7.
Wow.
So shout out to Ace, Marlon Palmer. They just started this week.
Wow.
And like such love. So for those who don't know, there are two main radio stations when it comes from Toronto, which I am personally a fan of. There was Flow 93.5, which was like the first urban radio station playing Canadians and things like that. And then you also had G98.7. And then I personally do not know all the the storyline of what happened, but now it's Flow 98.7, and we have Ace and Marlon Palmer hosting in the morning, which I think is amazing. It kind of brings it back to roots. I think it gives Canadians and Canadian artists another platform to be showcased, and also just bring that energy. Also, I want to shout, since we're talking about Toronto radio, Mark Strong and Gemini.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot say how many mornings that duo has made for me when I was growing up, and I have such love for them. I follow them both still now. So I think to see Marlon and Ace kind of continue that and take relay, that on, and I also am such a fan of them because they're also on the Extra Gravy show. Also shout out Big Norm, great podcast from Toronto talent, and just big moves.
Yes,
for
seriously,
all of them.
amazing.
So wanted to give them
Hats
some love.
Off to you.
Yeah,
Hats
shout
off
out to y'all,
Congratulations.
Big moves for real.
Fantastic.
Well deserved. Okay, well.
That wraps
it up. Yeah. I know we went over, but stay warm out there, Toronto.
And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next
week.
Full force. Full set of Titas. Yeah.